Hello. How's that view? I can't get too close. Where you at, Ryan?
I'm still behind.
Okay, let's see. I've got like a little mirror back there, and I didn't give myself enough space.
Do we need to scooch it back?
I think we need to scoop them. Okay, so I'm gonna do live. I'm gonna do Fridays live, and this is why. Because I it's behind. Because this is a lot of what I talk about. And we're going to talk about stress and adrenals and why I talk about adrenals all the time and why it's important. And for me to try to put that into a reel was like honestly causing me just far too much stress. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go live and then we can kind of see. I can explain it just like a little bit better. So I had to use the back camera, so if you have a question, my sweet husband is going to let me know. But if you remember the circle of validation, I should have put that in here. I'm holding this, I'm not even, okay. So let's do it in purple. The circle of validation. If you don't know what that is, let me know, I'll send you the video. But real quick, we live in stress, and so our nervous system lives in fight or flight, and then our cortisol stays high. That disrupts our hormones, causes inflammation, usually means we can't sleep. We're waking up like 1, 3, 5, even if you get up at 5, that's just a choice you make. And then we can't get out of the state of stress. Okay, so what is stress? I think a lot of us think it's like one thing, like it's something that has happened to us. It's like it is an event. I have notes, so I'm gonna look for those real quick if that's okay. So, but stress is not an event. Ryan's telling me to hold on.
I gotta spin you again.
Thank you, Assistant Ryan.
Be here all week.
Shout out to Ryan. Okay, so stress. We're going to come off our circle of validation. We're going to go to stress. So, stress is not an event. It is a state of what you are in, which I think is where we get a lot of that fight or flight, freeze. My little 1-year-old's trying to get it. So, typically as a mom, I think like stress is something that happens. So, it is an event. And then once that event is over, then we're okay. But that's not true. It is a state of your body. So stress is like the background music of our lives, which is annoying, and I know it is. And so when your stress becomes the background music of your life, it's your baseline, and your body forgets what calming down even means or even feels like. So that's where you can't relax. So then your nervous system tracks if you are emotionally safe or not. Now, that doesn't mean you can like think yourself into an emotionally safe state. That's not what that means. It means like, can your body feel like you are not rushing everywhere or being rushed or being judged? Or are you, in a conversation where you're emotionally unsafe? Perfectionism is a big one. Like, you can't mess anything up. That's definitely me. And, like, all the stuff that is going on in your life, you're alone in it. So that is more of an emotional, let's do emotion as our heart. Emotional safety, not logic. And so if you're like, well, my bills are paid, the kids are healthy, everything is calm and quiet, that doesn't matter. If your emotional safety is not safe, then your nervous system is not going to let you out of that fight or flight response. So, point 3. How are we doing so far? Any questions? Ryan, any questions? Can you see them?
I can't see any.
He can't see any questions. Okay, so I'm thinking nobody has questions. I feel like such a teacher. This is actually the measuring stick for my beautiful map that I got. Thank you, Chelsea. From Family Creations. You guys should check her out. But I digress. Okay. The most damaging stress is the kind that cannot be completed. So uncompleted stress. So this is like, this is where fight or flight actually comes in, right? So if you're in a stressful situation, your body was designed to complete that stress. So you want to run away, you want to fight, you want to cry. We've all been so like, we don't know what to do, we're going to shake. We need to recover. However, what we see a lot in modern stress, I'm sorry, I just spit everywhere. Modern stress is like swallowing your feelings, staying polite, staying quiet. A big thing I've been into lately is like DARVO. Like, if you don't know what DARVO is, how do I even explain it? So it's basically like I come to you and I'm like, hey, this happened. And that person, and you're like, no, it didn't, da-da-da-da, and you deny it. And so then, I can't remember what the A is. Whatever. Somehow it gets reversed and put back onto you, and now you're the problem. Or no, it would
Deny, attack, reverse.
Deny, attack, so then you would attack me, and then you would then reverse, and now I'm the problem and you're the victim. So trying to like make that okay in your mind it is an uncompleted stress. So, being the bigger person, I'm so sick of that. I actually saw what did Michelle Obama say yesterday? It was like, you go high, they go low, you go high. And what she meant by that, which I thought was really interesting to hear, is how you use those emotions, that rage, through, to do something good. So I thought that was really interesting. So smiling through it, going high when they go low, it's more of for me, it's all right, God, how are you going to use this? However, that does not get us to safety. That's just some good example. Keeping the peace, being the bigger person, staying quiet, smiling through it. Your body gets stuck in activation because you have all of these uncompleted stress things that have happened, so you're just stuck. So, several patterns that women, moms tend to live in is overstimulation. I think most of us know that. So I'm not angry, I'm overloaded. Or over responsibility, I feel like everything depends on me. Or emotionally unsafe, I cannot be around certain people. And this has actually been something that's been going on in my life for the last 10 months, I think I've been working on it. My counselor told me I have complex PTSD. And so once she said that, I felt like my whole life made sense. But we've had a lot of stressful events. And so my body just stays in this state. So listen, I'm going to be really real with you guys. The reason I'm even diving into this is because I'm doing it for me, because my body is holding on to weight and inflammation, and my hormones are crazy, and I can't sleep, and I can't relax, and I wake up feeling like I got hit by a Mack truck, but I didn't get hit by a Mack truck, and I feel like I'm rushing around like a bear's chasing me, but there's no bear, and so my weight won't come off, I've stopped gaining weight, so I feel like that's a win, but it'd be nice to have some weight off. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm sick of being puffy and just feeling swollen and feeling a little crazy. So that is kind of 3 ways we see stress in our lives. And let me know if you have one to add. So the stress hangover is very real. So if you have a hard conversation, then feel sick after, shaky, exhausted, puffy for 2 days, that's a stress hangover. That's not you being dramatic, and that's your body processing those stress chemicals that is made to keep you safe. And it's processing those so it can get you out of the state of stress. So, now, Rachel, why do you always talk about adrenals? Okay. Here's a little behind the scenes about adrenals. A few years ago, I had this big a fight with a friend. And it's been like 3 years, 4 years. And I went to my acupuncture doctor, and she like pushed on my belly, and I was like, don't touch me. Don't touch me there. My adrenals were so tender. This is where your adrenals are. They are right here. So if you ever feel like, why is this so sore? If you've just gone through something like emotionally draining, and it could be an argument, it could be you saw something even like on TikTok or TV that just you can't even believe has happened, or whatever, like fill in whatever, just like that pit in your stomach is actually your adrenals telling you, oh, whoa, hold on. So from that, I made this adrenals rollerball. I called it adrenals. Maybe I should have called it stress or something like that. Oh, if we rename again, we'll do it then. So what adrenals means in normal, what is she doing? Jordan! What adrenals means in normal terms is that our she's carrying a bottle. Our stress, normal terms, our stress state has been on for far too long. So I'm not saying you have a disease, but I'm saying that me too, you have been running on your stress response for far too long. And so that is why we take it. Can we get that bottle from her? Can you get that bottle from her?
Yeah.
That's why we do adrenals every single day. Every single day. It isn't like a when you remember. It's not like, oh, I've got period cramps, I'm going to go grab my period rollerball. It is like we have to get our body out of... We have to get our body out of the state of stress because it's not an event. And I also think that's why at night when you go to sleep or when you lay down, it's like your first, and this is true for kids too. It's their first if it's their first calm moment of the day and you can't go to sleep or they can't go to sleep, it's a stress response. They are like finally letting their nervous system calm down, and it has to process through all that stress. So that like quiet time is huge in my house, and I don't keep us very busy because it's just, listen, behavior, sleep, all these things come out of that, and it's just like I won't keep us all busy all the time. I refuse. We can sit and color and read and go outside, and the kids have a jungle gym downstairs, but we're not going to be busy all day every day. It's not worth it for anybody because your body can never recover. Your body has to rest. Your body has to have that option to like calm down. So we're not using adrenals for when you remember. We are using it definitely at night over our stomachs before bed. Because most of us aren't stressed like once a week. We're stressed because we have to do like, okay, for me, I'm a mom. So like, I gotta get up. Ryan gets the kids ready, and I'm very blessed for that. So I'm not gonna take any credit of that. But then I've gotta run around, okay? I gotta take everybody to school. I gotta pick them up. We gotta do bedtime. I still have littles at home, so we gotta like keep them. I got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. Now the 1-year-old will nap, but the 4-year-old, he doesn't really nap anymore. So we're constantly available to everybody. So we're checking to see what's going on in the world on our phones, even if we don't mean to. We're seeing like, oh, this person's doing this. Should I be doing this? Am I not a good mom? And then you kind of go that way. And then you've got like, I don't know. There's just like so many things to it. So what it helps with is like, I'm not allowed to use medical claims. Okay, so we're going to use what I like to call soft language. So adrenals is for when, did I put adrenals? No. Do you like how I did red for stress? Okay. Adrenals is for when you want to feel calm. I should have written that. Calm. And grounded. More grounded. Let's see what else. Less snappy. less reactive. So stuff like that, like you want to be able to like I sleep. If you wake up and your shoulders are to your ears, and if this is how you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, or my marriage counselor taught me that. Whenever we would start talking about something like this, I think that like stressful or something that made me uncomfortable, my neck, I think like my shoulders just like go to my neck. So adrenals is when you want to feel like that calmness, steady. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be the person that you know you are, especially to your kids. And like you can like take your shoulders and like you can breathe again. So it's not like you're never going to get stressed. I think I fell into that trap too of like, okay, well, I'll just never be stressed. And then when something would happen, I'm like, ugh, I'm trying to get skinny here. I'm being very vulnerable with you guys. I'm trying to get skinny here. I do not need stressful events. Does nobody care that they're stressing me out? But it's not about us never getting stressed. It is about trying to become the person who doesn't live in the state of stress all the time. And I can definitely show you guys some, well, we've all seen them, right? If you live in a state of stress, you know you're getting hit with survival mode, fight or flight, like a bear's chasing you. You know all those things. If you feel like any of this has hit with you, you're in stress. It's okay. So we keep this adrenals as our secret daily weapon. And let me say this. I am a prude. And so I am not comfortable with a lot of options that are out there that like, I think you can pick up on what I'm saying, because I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not say, but I just think that it just feels like there's all this stuff, there's options. And so what I need is I do take Zoloft to help with my depression. I'm fine with that. I drink magnesium every day. I spray magnesium on my body. I take magnesium supplements at night. I will do all that if it's a natural thing. Don't come at me with weed as a natural plant. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't like it and I won't do it. So this is the way I have chosen to go, is essential oils. And so the essential oil blend that I put together is made to calm, ground, help you not be snappy, and help you be less reactive. And me too. So if your body feels like it's been in survival mode for too long, you feel like you have just like concrete legs, like everything feels like heavy, like everything like that, it's because you're stuck in survival mode, fight or flight, a stressful state of mind. And so all I want you to do, I don't even think I have an Adrenals rollerball. Oh, I do! Yes! Sometimes it's the small things in life. Okay, you're going to take this Adrenals rollerball right here before bed every single night. I would say when you are trying to actively make sure you're getting out of this state, you can also do it in the morning. And you can do it anywhere. You can do it wrist. This actually smells really good. You can do it over your chest if you're really having a hard time, and tell yourself like, oh, this is so good. It's like a woodsy with a little bit of, so it's like vetiver, which is a deep woods, and then pine, another woods, with a touch of lemon. So that's going to just help you kind of cleanse, process through those stressful feelings. So those two, there's no wrong way, because you're also using your skin to get those bonus point, like that, benefits of the rollerball, but you're also getting the smell. So you can put this on the side of your neck, each side, and that should activate your parasympathetic nervous system. You can also put it on your back. I get this asked a lot, like, does it matter where I put it? Well, no, but this is just where I think it's best. Like, in my mind, if I put it over my adrenals, that is going to go straight into my adrenals because that's where my adrenals are. So I think that, like, if you've been in that survival mode for too long and it feels like you cannot relax, like, already I feel calmer. I'm telling you, it's crazy. There's also a little bit of magnesium oil in there because magnesium is the calm mineral. So you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things. So if it feels weird to relax and you're like, my body will not unclench, and you know what I'm talking about. It's like that like even just now, I'm glad I wrote that on. I'm just having a hard day already. So now my body feels like, okay, now we can kind of unclench. We can not be so tense. We can not have our shoulders to our neck. Your body can start to relearn what it feels like to relax, to calm down, to breathe again. And so daily support, at least once a day. I'm like shocked at how much better I was feeling. I can't even explain it to you. I'm sorry. I was feeling so tense, and it's because I'm a mom of 4 and there's just a lot going on in my life at any given time. And like, people are like, how do you do it all? I'm like, here's the thing. I just cry whenever I need to release a little bit of stress, but I'm never in an emotionally safe space. So I live in this state of stress, which then leaves me in fight or flight all the time in that survival mode, which means my cortisol stays high. So daily support is the best place to start if any of this resonated with you. And clearly we need to be putting it on in the morning and at night because that feels so much better. And I know all this, you guys. Listen, I know. And if you want to do like a 7-day challenge, I don't want to use the word challenge, but 7-day, like, let's see if we can feel how much better we feel. Let's do it. Like, I'll do it with you. And we can do it in the Facebook group. And we can like another thing I've been doing is sitting on my heated blanket so my body feels safe. Like, when I'm done with here, I'll go sit on that. So if stress is your baseline, if you're tired of being in survival mode, if anything, honestly, anything like that, you know what you're feeling. You know who you want to be versus who you are. You know you don't want to be flinching at every little sound that goes on by 4 p.m. You know who you are and you know who you want to be. And so stress just kind of like blocks that because it has to keep you safe. And so we shouldn't be, and I'm speaking myself too, I shouldn't be and you shouldn't be frustrated with stress keeping you safe, because it's keeping you alive. And you are much better to be alive than be, snapping at anybody around you. However, this is a great way to train yourself to start calming down and relaxing and tell your body, like, it's go ahead and process that stress and let's get into an emotional safe mode. And so I just think that will like help you. I have a mini chat set up, so just comment Adrenals. The link will come to you with like a couple tips of how to use it. I gave you my routine. What else? Should we flip the camera and see if there's any questions? Let's see. How do I flip the camera? I did it. Okay. Let's see. Cool. All right, it doesn't look like there's any questions. So, I didn't realize I was trying. You guys should have seen the fight that I was on trying to get the camera to invert. It just wasn't going to happen. So I must have put a filter on, which I always do, but I didn't realize which one it was. All right, I love you, and you're doing great. Be thankful for your stress response, and if you have any questions, let me know. Love you, bye.